Hi, friends. I think I could refer to most of us as Gen X or even baby boomers because apparently, when I checked my statistics, 100% of my audience is women over 50. I happen to know, though, that there's some young students and whatnot that are members of my channel also, so I don't know why they're not counting those, but I would say the majority of my viewers are over 50. So I can really talk about things that pertain to Gen X and baby boomers. So I thought, because I have more time over the summer, how can I learn a new hobby or a skill? But I don't want to go to a class. I don't want to drive anywhere. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try out this AI ChatGPT and see if it can teach me a few things. So here's what I did. I asked ChatGPT, hey, what can you teach me over the age of 50? And this is what it's telling me, and then I'll show you how I narrowed it down after that. So it said that AI can help us with language learning. So it can literally assist us in learning a new language at our own pace. It can provide interactive lessons, vocabulary training, pronunciation practice, and even conversation simulations. Now, I don't think ChatGPT does this, but I'm going to try it out and I'll get back to you. The next thing is digital skills. AI can help us learn computer applications, social media platform functioning, online banking, well, I already know how to do that, e-commerce and other digital tools, particularly coding. However, AI can literally code, but if you want to learn the basics of it, it can teach you that. I don't really have an interest in coding, but it's something that's available to teach you right now if that's the career you want to start going into. Health and well-being. So AI apps and devices can track our fitness activities. Well, yeah, my iWatch can do that. Monitor vital signs. My iWatch does that. Remind you to take your medication and offer suggestions for improving your well-being. Yeah, well, my my watch does that. It tells me, like, you've closed your rings because you exercised or you got this much sleep. But I think once Apple integrates, because they are working on their own AI, once they integrate AI into the Apple Watch, I think it's just going to explode, really, because it already does so much right now. So that's kind of exciting. It also says financial management. It can teach us how to analyze your financial data, provide recommendations, and help us make informed decisions. Here's the one I liked, hobbies and interests. So it says AI can give us tutorials and inspiration pursuing hobbies and interests such as painting, gardening, cooking, or playing an instrument, creative ideas, and helpful tips. Now that's true, because I know one thing it can do is you can list right now, you can go to your computer right now and log into ChatGPT and put the ingredients that you already have in your kitchen. So say, for example, you have some cooked chicken, lettuce leaves, Parmesan cheese, a tomato, a banana, and some croutons or whatever. It can create a recipe out of the items you have on hand. I think that's really cool because I'm not a cook from scratch. I usually have to follow a recipe or, something I find online. And I think that's really cool that you can literally come up with meal ideas by just inputting the ingredients you have. And it will come up with not only a recipe, but how to put it together, what temperature to cook it at, like the whole shebang. I think that's really cool. But the other thing, like me personally, I want to learn this summer is I had a list of things I wanted to learn. And one of them was ceramics. I just always thought it would be fun to do ceramics. And so I thought, can it really teach me how to do that? So I asked it, can you teach me how to start a ceramics hobby? And it answers, certainly. Starting a ceramics hobby can be fulfilling and a creative endeavor, yeah. And it says, here's what you need to do. Research and gather information, and then it goes into everything I need to research, such as clay types that you want, what products do you want, types of kilns, glazes, and firing process. And you could actually ask ChatGPT each one of those things, and I'll tell you why in a second. And then it says the supplies I need to get, and it lists it out. Clay, glazes, brushes, pottery accessories, a pottery wheel, sculpting tools, and a kiln if I want to buy a kiln, which I don't know. And then it says, consider attending workshops and classes, practice and experiment, join ceramic communities, which I never even thought about, and so on. But then I thought, okay, can it really teach me though? So then I asked, how do you use a pottery wheel? and it's telling me, okay, to set up a pottery wheel, ensure that it's the right height for you, that your seat is the right height. You open it, follow the directions, then prepare the clay by kneading it, remove air bubbles, make it pliable, put it in a ball or a cylinder, put it on a cleaned, moistened, flat round surface, or also known as a bat, which I didn't know, and then directly on the wheel head, and then it says how to position it. And it really goes into the specifics. Dip your hands in water or use a spray bottle. It's literally giving me the steps like a teacher would on how to use a pottery wheel. So I really think that I could learn ceramics from ChatGPT without taking a ceramics class. I bought a book on it, but I don't want to really be leafing through a book. I just want to see the steps laid out. So I really think it's not too late to learn something new. There's a lot of things I've always been interested in learning that I haven't had the time for. But I think in particular, we get to an age where, there's certain things I don't want to know about anymore. Like, for example, working out. Like, I think I have that pretty much down. I've been working out since I was a teenager, so for decades. I think I pretty much have that figured out. So I don't really care about that anymore. I mean, maybe I guess I could ask it, because this is what you can do. You can ask ChatGPT, here's my height and my weight, my age, here's my current fitness, and this is the muscle mass I want to have and the weight I want to lose. What type of exercise should I do daily? And it will input for you. Exactly. Like, it'll say, well, you can do, 2 push-ups. I'm just making stuff up right now. 2 push-ups, 5 jumping jacks, or whatever. It will literally put together a tailored exercise plan. Now, that's really interesting because it's not necessarily, my hair, it's sticking straight up. It's not necessarily teaching me, but it's just already laying out, here's your exercise plan. I like that. Now, since I already know what I like to do, I like to walk, bike, maybe lift some light weights. But that's something I could see could be very helpful for someone that does not know where to start and not get injured. Like when you put in your own statistics. I mean, I think that's just a really great idea. But I don't think enough people are utilizing ChatGPT right now, because it's up live right now where you can be asking it these things like, hey, I want to learn, well, let's put that in right now. Let's see, what do we want to learn? Me, for example, how can you teach me to improve my Spanish? Because I can moderately speak Spanish, okay, but I would like to get better. Let's see how it answers me here. Okay, it says, to improve your Spanish, immerse yourself in the language. I know that. Practice speaking. Focus on grammar. Build. Okay, see, now it's not going where I want it to go. So let's be more specific. It's still going and going and going. Okay, it's just telling. I already know all that. So let's see. Can you teach me to speak Spanish more fluently? I guess I'll put, let's see what it tells us. It says, it's doing the same thing. Practice regular speak with native speakers, embrace mistakes, use Spanish daily. No, I want it to teach me personally. Maybe it can't do that. Let's see if it can translate something like, how do I say open the door in Spanish? Let's see if it can at least translate. Oh, okay, so maybe this is how it works. It's saying, to say open the door in Spanish, you would say abre la puerta. And the pronunciation is as follows. This is what it's saying. Abre is pronounced, and now it has the phonetic spelling, abre. La is pronounced la, and it has L-A-H. Puerta is pronounced puerta, and it has the P-W-E-H-R. So yes, it can teach you, but I guess this is the way we need to go about it and say, how do you say this in this language? And I love that it gives the pronunciation and then it translates it. I know we have Google Translate, but isn't it sometimes nice? Because I think it's rude to you're talking, and again, great technology, don't get me wrong, but like when you're trying to talk with someone and you're speaking into your phone, you're waiting for the answer, and they're standing there, I think it's really good to have a few key phrases, especially if you're going to travel to France, for example. You'd like to have memorized a few key phrases. I think it's just polite. Maybe I'm wrong, but at least we know ChatGPT can do that. I wish they would rename this. Saying ChatGPT is kind of annoying. And another thing I was, let's see, what else? I wanted to work on painting, and portrait work. The ceramics we already went over. Learning a new language. I understand learning Japanese is one of the hardest languages to learn. Let me see what it will say when we enter in. How do you say, where is the bathroom in Japanese? Let's see what it says. Because I understand it's so hard to learn Japanese. So it says, in Japanese, you would say, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. Here's the breakdown of the pronunciation. Okay, let's try it. So, toire wa doko desu ka. When combined, it's pronounced as tori we doko desu ka. Okay, I think over time I could memorize that. If I go to Japan, I would know how to say where's the bathroom. That's an important phrase to know, at least for me anyway. And then it says, remember to use polite language when asking for directions in Japanese. Well, yeah, except polite language. I mean, what's polite language? I would think that's polite language. So that's kind of fun. I don't really have any countries I'm going to. However, I am planning on going to Hawaii pretty soon. So, how about we ask, how do you say, where are the best places to snorkel in Hawaiian? I don't even know if that's a thing. Let's see what it says. It's saying in Hawaiian you can say, oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce this long thing. So it's giving me the pronunciation now. So it says you can say ai ai eha navai me kai e o ma kau kau I ai. Seriously. Ka oho ki pa luwai. So when combined, it's pronounced as ai ihea nai wahi makai I o makau kau ia I ke o akipo luwai. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Hawaiian must be the hardest language to learn. And that phrase translates to where's the best places to snorkel. Ai na waha maika. This is fascinating. I don't know. To me, this is fascinating. I could play with this all night because I don't know. Maybe other apps were already doing this, but I think you probably had to pay for those. Like, what's the one? It's called the Rose Stone. I know there's apps that you pay to learn other languages, but you can learn phrases for free on ChatGPT. I think that's a really fun and interesting thing to know. So I just thought, just for the summer, if you have extra time, or hey, ask ChatGPT to teach you something. And as I'm learning, you have to ask it. And if you don't like the answer, or if it's not what you're looking for, ask it more specifically. And comment below if you came across like a good thing to ask it, or something interesting it can teach that I don't know about yet. I'm really dabbling with the languages, the recipes. I keep trying new things to see how far this can go. Maybe I should ask it, how do I tame one rogue hair that likes to stick straight up? Yeah. It won't. You know what? Just I'm going to ask it that right now. Let's see what it says. How do you tame a rogue bunch of hair that sticks straight up? Let's see what it tells me. This is hilarious. Oh, it's thinking. It's thinking. It's probably thinking I'm crazy, but it's thinking. It doesn't know how to answer. Wow, it already answered my Hawaiian thing, but it can't come up with this. How do you tame a rogue bunch of hair that sticks straight up? It's still thinking. I don't think it can answer that. Oh, wow, I've stumped it. I haven't been able to stump it yet. This is the first time I've stumped it. Now I got to know how long it's going to take to answer. I wonder if I should clarify my question, because it doesn't like that. It's not answering it. How do I tame a bunch of hair on my head that sticks straight up? Let's see if that helps it. Oh, it won't let me answer it because it's still thinking about my previous question. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have stumped ChatGPT with my crazy hair. I don't think it's going to answer. Okay, well, I guess that's the end of this one. We'll see what ends up happening because nothing's happening yet. And then, I guess just say what I ate today as far as because, I've stumbled onto something that's working for me finally. Other things have worked, but it's just getting harder. So let's see, this morning, coffee with 2% milk. At lunch, I had one piece of Dave's bread toasted with peanut butter on it because that was allowed for rule of 5. And then for dinner, I had a Caesar salad with salmon on top. Is that all I've had? Oh, I had an orange today too. So that's all I've had today. All rule of 5, all really healthy. Oh, it's answering me. Something went wrong. If the issue persists, contact us. Okay, I think I stumped it with my question. But and thank you guys for commenting on what you have found works for you on weight loss. I did see that on my other video. That was super helpful. And keep the comments coming. And let's play around with this ChatGPT and let's comment to see what other people are figuring out. As I figure out more things, I'll let you know too. Okay, see you on the next one.